Welcome to another video, YouTube. As you jump in, please like the content for the YouTube algorithm and of course share it with your friends and family. And if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. Every time I drop content like this, you'll be in the know and you'll get to hear something fresh and invigorating. One of the things I have a huge problem with is the lack of accountability by this new generation. It seems that every time I turn around, there's a video of some young woman saying how high her body count is. And 9 times out of 10, I don't even necessarily want to believe it, but why else would you say something like that and let somebody record you and actually put it out there? You have these young women openly admitting to sleeping with this guy's friends, with close relatives, cousins. I mean, these people are just messy as hell, but nobody takes any accountability because once you put it out there, it's literally it's not going anywhere, right? You put stuff out on the internet, it's recorded, fine. Somebody else is going to record it as well, right? They're going to take clips from it. That stuff that you said that is so like either toxic or dangerous or whatever it is, they're gonna take that, make like how people do videos. They're gonna cut it, edit it. They're gonna speak in between it, but somebody else is gonna pick it up, and so on and so on and so on. So nothing you put is literally, well, I put it on this one side, and if I feel so inclined, I'm gonna delete it, and then that's it. Nobody else is gonna have it. That's not how it works. Everybody knows that by now. But people still just come out there and they just have diarrhea of the mouth. They say whatever it is they feel like saying. And I'm like, wow, they really don't understand. Like back in the days, if I'm not talking about that long ago either. Just hopefully you understand that. If a young girl got pregnant, right? Talking about young teen, the family literally had to move like a whole town over or even further, right? Just to be away from the shame of the people from that neighborhood. That's the type of values and morality that people had before. Like if this girl messed around, had a mistake, right? Went out with some guy, ended up getting pregnant. There was no baby shower and celebration. That's what you see now. I know of situations where teenage girls have gotten pregnant. And these mothers, rather than having a sense of shame and regret and like, wow, you know what? My daughter's not even finished high school. She's pregnant by this kid. A kid, by the way, whose parents are not well off, has no, positive outlook on the future. Well, this kid is bright. He's going places, right? Nothing like that. Lives in the projects, selling dope, is in a gang. All the bad stereotypes that can come to mind, this is the person who these young girls are getting pregnant by. Now, what do you expect? This is what is being promulgated in rap music, especially with the advent of these new Thadianas that they have as female artists. I mean, look at the situation that just came out with Remy Ma and Papoose. I mean, it is all over. And the age range, I mean, we're talking from 40s, 30s, 20s down to teens. It is just bad all over. And I don't think there's a remedy for it. But I think it's getting to a point where people have to like start taking a stand and like, bring things back to how they used to be. Like the community has to do its job, right? Real talk. The community has to do its job to assist, where we see parents lacking. Today, for instance, let me give you a quick example. I'm in the store. Um, I'm getting something from the candy aisle. I was actually working, but I was feeling a little low energy, a little low sugar. I went to grab something real quick. There are these kids who are on their way to school, obviously, right? It's just after 8 in the morning. And this girl was like, "Excuse me, sir, can I ask you a question? Do you know if this is the amount of tax that you have to pay on this item?" And she points to it. It literally says the amount she was asking about. It says price per pound, right? Or price per ounce. I think it was price per pound. I told her, no, it says right here it's price per pound. Now this girl is like 13, maybe. I mean, I'm pretty sure she could read, right? And she was talking to the other friend, like, "Oh, I don't, I think I have enough." I was like, "Are you short on money?" She's like, I think so. I don't have enough. I'm gonna get one for me and one for my friend." I just went in my pocket and, gave her the balance so that they would not probably end up trying to shoplift or something crazy like that. That's what I mean, right? Small things so that these kids out here, they don't have to run into trouble for no reason or because their parents ain't shit. There's little things that you can do to help. I'm not telling people to go out there and, do a whole shopping list for some kid that's in there looking for stuff every time you see them, right? No times are hard. But if you can, and it's within your powers, within your budget to, offer to get a kid something, especially if you know, and I do know that this store, there's a lot of kids that shoplift. The manager tells me that all the time. I don't actually see it. I know there's grown folk that go to that store and shoplift. I know that for a fact. I've seen people being chased out of that store shoplifting. I'm not gonna name the store, but it happens. So if you see a little kid in there, you're looking like, "Hey, do you have enough money? Please don't steal. You missing money? All right, how much you need? You need $1 here. Take $1, get it, and get up out of here." Right? Because we know some people's parents are raggedy. Some kids' parents are raggedy. Right? We already know that. You sending your kids to school, you ain't put nothing in their backpack for them. You just, mind you, some of these, well, not all of them, but mind you, some of these kids are nicely dressed, right? Not all of them. I admit, looks like a lot of those doing the shoplifting, they don't look all that hot, but sometimes they are. They have on, at least Jordans that probably a year old, came out last year. They have on, nice clothes and whatever, and they in there shoplifting. Lord knows what their parents do with the money. But why am I saying all this? I'm saying all this because these same young girls that I gave the money today, I saw a girl who is literally probably 3 years older than them, if that. If that, not entirely sure. This girl said the most outrageous thing that I think this is the most outrageous thing I've ever heard somebody that age say. And I've been on this earth for a while. I've seen some shit. Okay? That was the most outrageous thing I ever heard. And it was just like, it blew my mind. Quite honestly. I mean, it takes a lot to blow my mind. If you ever seen Sherlock Holmes with Benedict Cumberbatch, when he says he go into his mind palace, I'm kind of like that. There's a lot going on up here. So when something literally blows my mind, it has to be something drastic. But let me play a clip for you. Let me put context before I show you the other one. And let me show you the lack of accountability when people talk and they put these messages out there in the public. I hope I didn't make the forward too long to get to the juicy parts, but I really want you to understand that. So please, bear with me. Let's go.
If you think that Sexy Red degrades black women, then you should go to hell.
I don't use condoms, baby.
Right.
I'm the raw dog queen.
Because I think that y'all are forgetting that black women are not a monolith. She absolutely represents a very specific type of black woman, and there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody deserves representation, even hood bitches. Why y'all mad? Why you mad? And then y'all love to bring up y'all kids. Girl, we don't know your kids. Sexy Red don't know your kid. We don't know your kid. Your kid
need to leave that dope alone.
You haven't.
He need to leave that dope alone.
If you don't want your kid listening to Sexy Red, then don't turn Sexy Red on around your kids. Sexy Red don't know your fucking kid. She a grown-ass woman, doing grown-ass woman things, making grown-ass woman money. And you're mad.
I don't give a fuck, Keisha.
So you heard that, saw that for yourself. How exactly are you supposed to keep your children away from this music when the majority of people, their children go to public school, and in all likelihood, the children that they're going to interact with have access to this music and know about this person? It's going to come up at some point in time. It's being played in the urban areas, in the projects, in cars, etc. They're bound to run into the lyrics at some point. Some of these no good parents, they actually play it in their home. So how exactly do I keep my child away from those kind of lyrics? But you heard what she said, which was very important. We don't give a F about your kids. That's the point. That one, and hood bees need representation. So, since what this person is putting out is garbage, by this woman's own admission, you have garbage for the urban kids. That's all you have for them to consume. So because they're from an urban area, they're supposed to be able to relate to trash. How does that work exactly? Basically, there's no accountability whatsoever. A total lack of accountability. And, it's whatever. Oh, she's grown and doing grown things. Yes, that's exactly why her music should not be aimed at high school kids. Why is she going to a high school in the first place? She has no business being around these kids. Not her, not what's the name, Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B with that song they had, WAP. Like, come on. But this is exactly what's happening. This is who the music is being geared at. And if you think it doesn't have negative repercussions, just remember what I said. Remember what I said previously. And watch this.
What's your name?
Charlie.
What's your body count?
Ooh.
Damn. You gonna knock a braid out that
My body count? Do I have to be true? Do I gotta be honest, like 100% honest?
Yeah, be real.
67.
Damn. That's number. That ain't you lying like a motherfucker. Hey, but nah, I like your eye color though.
Thank you.
Oh, you just know she's serious, huh? It's because of the eyes.
No, it just be them light skins.
I'm dead. Light skins, it ain't even like that. How many bodies you got?
Nigga, she said 67. That's out of my range. I probably got about 35.
He said that's out of his range, bro. Damn, you doing numbers then. How many bodies you got?
3.
3? You gonna keep it at 3?
Hell no.
No. Oh, fuck. For a good minute, though, I ain't trying to be out here holding around.
She want to add you.
Hell no. Hell no.
I'm a head out.
Hold on, bro's cutting up. He said she looking at me like she want to add me to it.
This girl is in high school. And says she has 67 bodies. 67. 67. Is that computing? Are you following? I hear the number 67. I think about 67 Mustang, right? 67 Impala. First thing that comes to mind is cars, right? Because I'm a car guy. I love sports cars. I love American muscle cars. 67 people, men, have ran up in this young girl. How does that happen? How do you have the time to sleep with 67 guys and you're in high school? Imagine what this girl is going to be like by the time she gets to college. Just think about it. By the time she actually develops and really starts looking nice, she'd have been ran through by 200-300 guys. How is this girl going to maintain any sort of value to bring to a man after this kind of lifestyle? And the boys, they've not any better. Like this little skinny runt of a guy talking about, oh, I got like 35. 35 from where? You in high school. You ain't got no job, no car, no apartment, no house. You don't even know if you have prospects. 35. Now, obviously, like I said, you put something out there, it's out there, other people are going to know about it, people are going to copy the video for various reasons. But where is this girl's parents? Where's the father? How many of you remember that song that Ye did about, him being afraid of his daughter developing and, knowing that how guys are, and like he himself, right, coming from being a teenager chasing girls, knowing how guys are, right? A father's worst nightmare. Any father that gives a shit about their daughter, worst nightmare. Your daughter growing up and guys just being bug-eyed about her, like Googling her, like, all right, drool coming down their lips because most like she don't take after you, she takes after the mother. I mean, hopefully let me not go there. If the mom don't look like nothing, then I don't know. Maybe she got her good looks from her father. Who knows? But yeah, can you who's the father of this girl? And she's pretty, right? But she should be focusing on school. You're not even out of high school yet. You're not in college. I understand girls get to college, they feel they've arrived, they start exploring. Listen, you're 18, you can go into the army, you can fight for your country, you can drive, although I think 21 should actually be the age. That's a personal feeling, whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's say you're 21, you want to go out there, you want to do what you want to do. You are not the smartest and not the most wise that you're going to be at 21. Granted, that is a given. I know that for a fact. I've been there. Everybody's been there. You thought you knew everything at 21. Then you got to like 31 and found out that you didn't know shit. You swore up and down anybody that asked you. You had the universe by the nutsack. 10 years later, like, damn, I was a jackass. I was a fool. That's just how it works out. But if you have a good foundation, if you're raised properly, you're raised right, you're raised by a good mother, a good father that give you this foundation, I guarantee all the bullshit that you do during your teens and your early 20s, by the time you hit 30, it's going to click. Maybe even before then, depending on how long you do the whole partying thing and living it up. Yeah, once you get a little bit older, it's going to click. Everything is going to hit you like a ton of bricks. It happened to me, right? So my only hope is that, as I said, you can be informed about what's going on in the community. Understand that the images, the music that's being put out there, the messages that's being put out there, these people don't give a shit about our kids. They don't. Nobody in the industry gives a shit about your kids. Not Sexy Red, not Cardi, not nobody. All right, these people are there because it is a business and they're there to make money. Furthermore, the music industry doesn't give a shit about your kids because they're actually putting this music out. And let's be honest, it's not just the women, right? The shoot 'em up, bang bang, right? This trap music been going on for how many years now? It started with Chief Keef. Everybody thought, it was going to stay over there in Chicago. Next thing you know, it's drill music, trap music. It's all over the place. None of it with a positive message. Everybody's looking for the ops. Everybody has the ratchet on it. Everybody has the hammer on them. Everybody want to be on demon time. How many young boys we done seen dropped? How many more do we have to see? Right? Up and coming stars, boys like King Von. Right? Aired out in the street over some BS. We gotta do better, man. We gotta do better because we look like we in bad shape over here. And as I said, you can do what you can do. You do what's within your power, but don't just sit around and do nothing. If you have it within your power to, be a positive change in somebody's life, then I would say go ahead and do it. You know what I mean? They say what goes around comes around. You put out some positive energy, it'll serve you well in the future. Anyways, I hope you liked the video. I hope I didn't make it too long. Of course, subscribe to the channel, like the video for the YouTube algorithm, and share the content with everybody you know. Messages like this, positive messages, you don't really hear those. A lot of people have negative things to say about these kinds of clips, but you don't really hear the positive side of it. Like, you should step out your little universe that you have for yourself and do something if you can. It could be something small. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be anything big. And of course, if the situation is with the child is with the parent or whatever, you ask the parents permission. Like, is it okay if I, pay for this kid because they want it, and I heard you say you don't have the money? I don't mind. You might get barked at, you may not. Who knows, right? But at least you tried, right? All you can do is try. You can only do what you can do. What's within your power to do? Allowed to do so, then go ahead and do it. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.